Well, welcome guys to this video. I haven't done one in a while, so I thought it was about time to get back into it. I accidentally bit my tongue the other day, and I really haven't. I've been trying not to speak as much, but I'll just bear with it, and let's do this thing. So this is a video that I shot when I went to Universal Studios in Los Angeles, and it was something that I always wanted to see and do, and I'd heard about the tour that you can go on, and I had wanted to go on it for so long, so eventually I did, and I was in awe of everything that I saw. They really take you into the heart of the studios, and I was amazed at how in depth it goes. It's such a brilliant tour. Like, I highly recommend it. I'm not going to remember every detail, but they use a lot of those city or town landscapes in so many different films and television shows, because it's in a controlled environment. What is this? This part we went into, I think it was something to do with King Kong or the Mummy. It was all very, it was a King Kong ride, and yeah, it was pretty amazing. Sorry I didn't film much of it. So the tour goes on, and you see a lot of stuff, props and stuff, like cars and things from Jurassic Park, Back to the Future, Fast and the Furious. Like cars that were actually used in the films, which was really cool. I was mainly interested in Jurassic Park stuff. I've been a fan for my whole life, pretty much. This bit was really cool. These cars started to just, I didn't know what to expect, but these things just started to happen, like flames going off, and it's going to happen in a second. Unpredictable stuff like this, I would never have guessed that was going to happen. It's really pretty amazing what they can do with robotics. That's just amazing. If you've been on this tour or been to Universal Studios of any kind, please let me know. I'm really interested in hearing your thoughts about this. More Jurassic Park stuff from the Lost World. A big favourite of mine, and was there for 4 days or something. I didn't go to Disney World. This was pretty cool. This flood. And what's amazing is these tours run around the clock, non-stop. And these, they reset them so easily. This was like used for Mexican scenes and stuff like that. They use it for heaps of stuff, which is great, because if you're just filming, you can just, in Universal Studios, it's very, like, a lot of films film in the studio a lot, because it's like a controlled environment, and a lot of the stars can be set in one area. Like, I was amazed. I went to the Warner Brothers studios as well, but you weren't allowed to film anything. You're allowed to take photos, but you weren't allowed to film. And I was amazed at, we went walking inside some of the big studio hangars, and to think that films like Blade Runner, Casablanca had all been filmed in these very ordinary looking buildings. It just shows what movie magic can do. I know that they filmed a lot of, like, they filmed some of Jurassic Park in the Warner Brothers studios. I think the T-Rex, when the T-Rex breaks out, that was shot there. And the bit in The Lost World where the car goes over the cliff, that was done there too. The truck, I should say. But when you're in the studios, you've got everything at your disposal, and a lot of the Hollywood directors and writers, they all work on this in the area, and it was just an amazing feeling to know that everything is there, like all these greats that have worked in these studios. You're passing through. As a big movie fan as I am, I was just thrilled, and that's one of the reasons I went to the US, was to live out these kind of fantasies, and to see actual props and stuff from some films that I adore. And this was a set, like a subway tunnel, and this train came through. It's like an earthquake happening, and the shit hit the fan, and just the whole set was destroyed. It was so cool, and when the flames were going off, you could really feel the heat of the flames. I'm just watching this through and just remembering that bit there was pretty crazy, where the train comes out and you have no idea what's happening. Oh, Jesus, yeah, the flood. You just have no idea what's going to happen. You know you're safe in this tour tram thing, but stuff like that, you just have no idea what's going to happen. And it's great you don't have to get out of the tram. You're just it's really well designed. Another big attraction is Jaws. And when I went on this, I had no idea. I knew the War of the Worlds plane was in here somewhere, but I didn't want to know about the tour, what was going to happen, so I just went on it with no idea what was going to come up next. And this bit was really scary. The flames you can feel so close. It was our tour guide was really funny as well, and you can just see that so many people go through on these tours. I don't think I got a shot of Jaws, which was pretty sad. This was a street used in God, what was that show called? I remember the street name, Wisteria Lane. Desperate Housewives, that's it. Very beautiful looking set, but I don't know if they use it for anything anymore. This was shot back in 2012, so I don't know if the set's still there, but they probably use it for other things. I remember on the Warner Brothers lot, there's like a town square, and it's been used for heaps and heaps of things. And there's like this city lot, city streets, and it's been used in like little tiny little bits of the street have been used for Spider-Man, and you just would never have guessed that by looking at it in person that this is the same street that is in the film. The lawns and everything are really so beautifully manicured and everything. I guess they would have used this street many times. I don't know if there's if you can go in the houses, but they probably had those sets somewhere else. This is Whoville, I think. From The Grinch, I think, or The Cat in the Hat. I'm not sure. But Los Angeles it's a very dry kind of desert setting, and the weather is always like very sunny and everything. Very, very nice weather. This was awesome because I think it is the actual set from the film Psycho, and it is pretty amazing that the Bates Motel is still standing. I am pretty sure a lot of these sets that you see the pieces have been taken from the films, from the sets, and they've been used countless times. That's pretty cool when Norman Bates comes at you with a knife. I remember seeing once that Jim Carrey dressed up as Norman Bates and came at the bus. Now coming up here is the house from Psycho. It's so cool. And right next to it is the plane crash scene from War of the Worlds, which was, when I saw it on film, it looked spectacular. And seeing it in person is also incredible. That they used parts of a real plane and they shot it there, and it was just incredible seeing this on film and then seeing it in person. And as I was saying, it's like right next to all these other things, other films. It's like you go from one set to another, and it's just unreal that films were done so in such proximity to each other. That's the great thing about shooting in a studio. Yeah, tons of stuff to use. And just seeing that plane set was one of the highlights of the tour. And I think I remember Steven Spielberg saying that in making that set and shooting it at Universal, they knew they were going to implement it into the tour somehow, because you don't set up a scene like that without getting the most out of it. I really do recommend going on this tour if you ever visit LA, and you can see in the background the hills, and LA is very visual. Like, you can see the city and the landscape. It's a very interesting area. We're coming to the end, but I remember my highlights of Universal were the Jurassic Park ride. I didn't shoot that. I kind of glad I didn't, because my camera would have ended up in the water, I think. That last drop scared the living fuck out of me. I thought my neck was going to snap because I'm quite tall. That last drop is insane. If you've been on it, you'd know what I'm talking about. But